All right, so you should have your welcome work. It should already be done, but if it is not, there are your answers ready to go. If you need to, pause it, make sure that's completed, and then go on. Okay, now I know this looks like a lot. That is A-okay. All it's saying is, from a decimal to a percent, you multiply by 100. So if I take 0 and 48 hundredths, and I multiply by 100, what is that percent? 48%. If I do the same thing with 0 and 8 hundredths, 8%. If I do the same thing with 2 and 56 hundredths, what is that? 256%. Okay? Now, if I go the opposite direction, I have the percent, I want the decimal, we take the percent and we divide by 100. So 97 divided by 100, 97 hundredths, or 0.97. 9% divided by 100, that should be 0.09. Okay, 125% divided by 100, 1.25. 3/4, numerator divided by denominator times 100. Numerator divided by denominator, what's that give you? 75 hundredths. Times by 100 gives you 75%. Do the same thing with 2/5. You should get 40%. Okay? I'm just going to open these up, pause it, double check that you're good, and then go on. Welcome back. All right, let's go. So that was our review of everything. But now we are actually going to work with finding a percent of a number, finding the percent that one number is of another, and given the percent and the whole, find the part. Okay? So it says, women make up 5% of all film directors. There are 122,500 film directors working. How many women are directing films? Okay, so this is how this looks. We are going to take our percent that is given, which is 5, over, how much is our total percent? Over 100, right? There's always 100%, equals, we don't know how many filmmakers are women, but we know that the total is 122,500. All this is a proportion. So what does that give me when I solve it? $6,125. If you want to learn a different way to do it, change 5% into a decimal. What is that? 0.05. Multiply it by the whole, which is 122,500. And you get the same answer. Either way will work, okay? Do the same thing for this one. 7.5% of the box office receipts on a Friday night are $270. What are the total? So if 7.5% out of 100, right, equal, is this $270 the total? No, that is the part. So 7.5% are 270. We don't know what 100% of them are. So what's that give us when we do that? $3,600. Again, 7.5% times the receipts is equal to that. If I divide on both sides by 7.075, I would still get the same answer, okay? 35% of the total length. So what is that percent? 35 over 100. Our percent over our percent whole equals, is this 51 8/10 the total length? No, because 35% is this. So this would be 51 8/10 over x. We don't know what that is. So solve that. X equals 148. Again, what is this as a decimal? 0.35 times whatever the length is equals that. Divide by 0.35, you get the same answer. Okay? This one's a little bit more tricky, right? In a bag of marbles, 12% were red, 14% were blue. The rest were white. There's 250 marbles in the bag. How many red or blue are there? Well, how many red are there? 12. How many blue are there? 14%, sorry. So together, red or blue has how much percent? Well, what's 12 plus 14? 26. So we have 26% out of the total 100% equals, is this 250 the total going to go in the bottom or the part going to go on top? It's the bottom. And then this is going to be x. So solve it. So you should get x equals 65. X equals 65. Okay? We are almost done. We're doing 3 more problems. So for this one, 56, that's a number, out of 128 students. So 56 out of 128 students went on a trip. We don't know what the part percent is, but the whole percent is always out of 100. So solve that. You should get 43 and 75/100ths. We're doing this divided by this, and then we get a decimal. How do I turn a decimal into a percent? Multiply by 100, okay? The student population of a school consists of 300 girls and 500 boys. If 53% of the girls play a sport and 39% of the boys play a sport, who plays more sports? So think about this like how we did our scale in our last class, right? We're going to have 2 different proportions, okay? So let's start with writing our 2 different proportions. Well, 53 out of 100 is 1, right? 39 out of 100 is another. I guess I could put boys. Oh wait, this is girls. All right. Now, how many total girls are there? 300. How many total boys? 500. We don't know what each percentage is. That's what we're trying, I'm sorry, the number who play a sport is for each. So that's what we're trying to find. So what is it for girls? 159 girls. Well, what is it for boys? 195. So who plays more sports? The boys. Okay? So again, if you wanted to do 0.39 times we don't know how many boys equals 500, or if you wanted to do 0.53 times the girls equals 300, that would work as well, okay? Now the very last one, in a group of 75 fourth graders, 20% do not like hot chocolate. How many students do like hot chocolate? Okay, so 20% do not. So let's find out how many don't. So I'm going to put 20 over 100, right? That doesn't change. Percent part, percent whole equals, is 75 the total or the part? It's the total. So x over 75. What is that number? So 15. What does that 15 represent? those who do not like hot chocolate. Those who do not like hot chocolate. So how do I figure out how many people do like hot chocolate? Well, I can take my 75 students and I can subtract the 15 who do not. And what does that give me? 60 who do. Okay? So this is my total answer, 60. Okay? That's all we are doing. Make sure that you take your quiz. Make sure that we continue to work on those IXLs.